What's up, Insiders? Deuces Jack at Vaping Insider. Today we're going to be going over a pod, but this one's a little special because this one's definitely up there when it comes to the vape quality. I'm talking about the UB Lite by Lost Vape. Before we get into the video, click the link down below in the top comment in order to join our Facebook group. I don't know about UB Lite, but Lost Vape be killing it lately, man. Ever since they had that Centaurus debacle, man, they learned their lesson, and they've been coming out with some kick-butt products. I mean, we're talking about the Gruss, the Ursa, the Thelema, and now this. I'm excited for this, man. I really am. There is your user manual. Pluck it and file it. There is your warranty registration card. All right, and now check out the packaging, man. They did a nice job on the packaging. 2 coils, lanyard, Type-C charging. Let's take this little bad boy out. Let's see what it looks like. Well, not a bad-looking device. Kind of digging that semi-metallic type of finish. I like the little bit of, I don't know, it almost looks like reddish, like carbon fiber. Nice job on that. Subtle branding. We'll go over it in more detail. Let's check out the contents of the box. Also included in the box, you get the shorty-style Type-C charging cable. I can dig it on a little mod like that. You get 2 coils. One's a mount to lung, one's more of a DL. You get this little rubber piece here that will attach to the lanyard, right? You can attach it and hang it around your neck. I don't use it. I hate hanging shit around my neck. But let's go over the coils. First coil, I'm going to pop it out just like so. Here's your first coil, 1.4 ohms, 8 to 10 watts, Canthol. Okay, not a bad looking little coil, right? What is that, mesh inside? I can barely see that, man. Tiny coil, low wattage coil. You can see the small airflow right there. This is going to be your mouth to lung coil. This is the one we're going to try out. Probably the one you should use if you're going to run Nick salts in here. The other coil, pop that open. This is the one I was trying out on the black one. I actually like this coil. Has some really nice flavor to it. This is the 0.4 ohm, good for 20 to 30 watts. Canthol as well, mesh inside as well. You can see the much bigger airflow right there. This is more of your restricted DL or a DL type of hit. You can MTL this coil. I have been vaping on it. If you shut down the airflow on the outside, you can definitely MTL this as well, but it's going to be more of a loose MTL. All right? So now let's check out the device. Now you can see what I was talking about right there with that like carbon fiber-ish type of look. Nice little chrome button there. I don't mind it. LED, light branding, okay? Nice finish. I like the paint job on this. Really nice, smooth, satiny type of finish. There is your airflow right there. And I kind of like what they did, man. Notice how they marked it. MTL, restricted DL. And there's your little slider right there, and you can slide that back and forth. That's wide open, which is a restricted DL, and that's all the way closed, which is a tight mouth to lung. Now, I haven't tried mouth to lunging this device yet on the smaller coil. That's why I'm going to install it, and we're going to try it now. Okay, but nice looking device, man. Sharp looking device. On the bottom, you can see you got your micro USB port right there, okay? Designed by Lost Vape. On these small ones, I don't mind it so much when they put the port on the bottom. Honestly, though, I don't understand why they didn't put it over here. They could have definitely fit it on the front. I don't understand why it has to be on the bottom. I think it's better off on the front. But whatever, it's not a huge con, okay? You can see you got a little bit of branding over there, okay? Flat style drip tip, right? Some people aren't going to like that. I know some people don't like these duckbill type of drip. It's not really a drip tip because it doesn't come off. You know what I mean? It's fixed. But some people don't like that flat style, and I don't blame them, but I dig it. I like it. On the inside there, you got your stainless steel ring there, right? It's kind of magnetized. I can feel it holding the hook there, okay? So that's why it makes a nice click when you put the pod in. You have 2 gold-plated pins right there that are going to make contact with your coil and allow you to fire your coil. Now, the thing with this pod is there's only one way to put it in. See the cutout? The cutout has to go in like that, okay? You can't turn it around, and it's got nice magnets to it. You can't turn it around and put it in this way, okay? It's got to go in one way. But it has a nice click to it. It don't wobble or anything in there. It's nice and solid. I've been vaping on it for about a week, and I have had no issues, with the way it stays in there at all. Okay? Now, on the bottom here, that's where your coil is going to go. It's one of those plug-and-play style coils, all right? I'll show you how to do that in a second. There's your airflow right there, okay? And over here is your little gasket or whatever. See how easy that comes off, man? I mean, wow. I mean, you just, boom. It just comes right off. No digging around in there. I like that. That's a pro. And so far, I haven't had it leak. Like, when I first filled it and saw how easy that came off, I was worried that it was going to leak. But the thing is, there's such a tight fitment of it in here that this has no place to go, so it's not going to come open. So I kind of like that, man. I kind of dig that. I really do. It just comes out really quick. Like, that's the fastest I've ever been able to peel one of these things back. Normally you got to get your nail in there and dig around. Not on this one. So we're going to put the small coil in there. And again, there's only one way to put the coil in. You're going to see you have these kind of like flat edges right here. And they got to coincide with the flat edges there. And you just pop it in there just like that. Like, in other words, if you take it out and you try to turn it and pop it in, you'll see it's not going in. Okay? So you got to turn it till it kind of seats and then pop it in. All right? And it is supposed to hang out that much because what's happening is it's got to hit deep enough in there in order to fire the coil. Okay? So let's fill this thing up. I'm going to use some Nick salts on this one. I'm so upset. I'm almost out of my Apollo Vanilla Cream. One of my favorite Nick salts ever. I love this. This is the 20 milligram one. I definitely got to order some more. We're going to put it in there, give it a nice little squeeze, get all that good vanilla cream in there. Because you guys know I'm all about the vanillas, man. That's basically all I vape is vanilla stuff, man. I love the vanilla stuff. So now, boom, pop that back like that, okay? And now you take your pod, and it only goes in one way, just like that, okay? And now you're juiced up and installed. Now, before you turn it on, or even before you install this, you might want to give it, like, put your fingers around the airflow right here and give it a few dry pulls. This is such a small coil. I don't like priming coils like that are that small. I'd just rather them sit for 5 minutes or put your fingers over the airflow and give it a few dry pulls in order to get that juice circulating, okay? Now, as far as the lights go with this, you can see you got a light right there above your fire button, okay? When it's in the red, you're at below 3.7 volts. When it's in the blue, you're above 3.9. When it's green, you are fully charged, okay? So that's what the lights mean. It's a very simple device. 5 clicks, you see the lights. Now it's on. It auto-detects the coil, and, you're just basically vaping it just by either drawing on it, because it is an auto-draw system, or you could push the button to vape. I've been using it as an auto-draw. I like the auto-draw responsiveness on it. It is fast. I haven't felt like I'm sucking a golf ball through a straw when I'm pulling on it. The auto drawer is actually, pretty sensitive, and I've had no issues with it whatsoever. Now, since everybody always asks, everybody's always like, but does it vape as good as the Caliburn? Here is my OG Caliburn, okay? Here is the UB Lite. Want to give you a size comparison. The UB Lite's a different form factor. The UB Lite is like roundish, okay? But I'll tell you what. As far as vape quality goes, let me tell you something, man. The UB Lite vapes just as well, if not better, than the UL Caliburn. And even though the Caliburn is long in the tooth, I still consider it a great device when it comes to Nick salts. And the UB Lite is right up there with it. It vapes just as well. So that's it, insiders. That's the Lost Vape Quest UB Lite. Let's get into those cons and pros. We're going to start off with cons, and I got to tell you, man, I don't have a lot to complain about this. Let me pre-qualify the 2 cons by telling you they are extremely nitpicky. First con's going to be, and like I said, I'm really stretching here, man, I wish the pod was a tad, just a hair lighter. in color so I could see my juice a little clearer. But it's not a problem seeing my juice at all. It's really a nitpick. And the last con, and really the only legitimate con, is you got to remove the pod in order to fill it. I thought they had plenty of room to put some type of top fill, side fill there or something like that. I don't know why I got to pop the pod out to fill it. Kind of silly. I wish they would have made it top fill. But that's the only legit con I really have. Let's move on to the pros, because there's plenty of pros. First pro is going to be super easy menu system, right? It basically detects what coil you have, so you don't got to worry about that. 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. What I didn't go over in the down low is if you give it 3 clicks and you see that white light, you switch it into auto drawer only mode. So this way you can safely put it in your pocket. That's a really nice feature. Apologies for not going over it down low. It's got adjustable airflow, but that's not it. The airflow itself is very, very precise. Probably one of the most precise adjustments I've ever seen on a pod like this. It's a legit mouth to lunger. Check it out. Yeah, man. It vapes nice. It's got a nice mouth to lung draw. On the loose side with the bigger coil, but it's really nice. It's my type of mouth to lung draw. Nice airflow range. Like I said, that airflow control is very precise. I just banged it a hair off the tightest setting. Let me show you what I'm talking about. That's a legit tight type of mouth to lung draw. I like the range. Huge pro. Good battery life. So far I've been getting good battery life. I've been using this as my only device for like 2 days. I got a good day and a half out of it before I had to charge it. Pro. The auto drawer on this. It's not one of those auto drawers like you feel like you're sucking a golf ball through a straw. This has got a nice auto drawer to it that's very responsive. Pro. It's an easy carry, baby. That's why it's called the UB Lite. You can put this in a front shirt pocket, it ain't gonna sag, inside jacket pocket, front jeans pocket, bag pocket. Either way, you're good to go. The coils that they have for this one, very, very flavorful. I like them a lot. It's a huge pro. Let's move on to that 5-star rating system. First category, as always, is going to be the looks. I like the look of it. I like the paint job they did. I like the stylish look to it. It's an easy carry. It's pocketable. They did a nice job on it. In the looks category, I'm giving it a solid 4 stars, and it deserves it. As far as coil performance goes, I got no complaints about the coils. The coils are very flavorful. They're both mesh. You have a DL option and a mouth to lung option. They both are very flavorful. In the coil performance category, it deserves another 4 star. Now, as far as airflow goes, that's where this thing pulls away a little bit, man. That airflow lever on the back and the markings and everything, it's extremely precise. Probably the most precise airflow adjustment I've ever seen on a pod in this type of spectrum. You know what I mean? In a Caliburn-esque type of market, this airflow adjustment is absolutely awesome. In the airflow category, I'm giving them 4 1/4 because it's the best airflow I've ever seen on a pod like this. As far as value goes, I've been seeing this as little as $12 on sale, all the way up to $29. That's a pretty big price disparity, right? So make sure you shop around. But I will tell you this, if you pay full boat for it, the $29, you're going to get a good vape for it, right? If you get this thing for under 20 bucks, you got a screaming deal for the vape quality that you're going to get. In the value category, I'm going to give it 4 1/4 stars. We're going to take all these stars, we're going to add them up. We're going to come up with a total star count of 16.5, 16.5 stars for this little guy. We're going to take these 16.5 stars, we're going to divide them by 4. We're going to come up with an average star count of 4.125. That makes it over 4 stars. That makes it automatically Deuces Jack approved. In closing, I got to tell you, man, I got 2 of these. I vape on both of them all the time. I like it. It's a nice, grab and go type of vape, right? Like if you're running around the corner to the store or to the market, or you're walking the dog or something, you grab this bad boy, you go outside, vape your brains out, and you're good to go. It also does well with nic salts, so when you're in that like time period where you got a small setup but you need that nic hit, this will do the job. Let's go over some of the specs on the Lost Vape UB Lite pod system. It measures in at 115 by 20 by 19.8 millimeters. It weighs in at 47.5 grams. It has an output of 7 to 30 watts. Type-C charging is on deck at 2 amps. It's mainly made out of aluminum construction. It has a 2 ml capacity with an auto draw push-to-vape feature. 2 coils are included in the kit, a 0.4 ohm mesh coil good for 20 to 30 watts, and a 1.4 ohm mesh coil good for 8 to 10 watts. There's also a 0.8 ohm mesh coil good for 12 to 17 watts available as a separate purchase. It's available in 7 colors: blue, pink, red, green, gunmetal, black, and silver. Don't forget, insiders, head on over to our Facebook group, Vaping Insider Community. It's a great place to hang out, talk about vapes. We talk about everything that has to do with vapes, including advocacy. It's a great place to stay well informed as a vapor. I'm there 24/7. I'd love to see you there as well. And that's it, insiders. That's all I got for you guys today. You keep living that vape life. We're out of here. Deuces.